Boom. Alright. Welcome back, YouTube. We're at day 14. Now that I've got that right. Chat has discovered that it looks like I'm balding on the top of my head. And that there are like streaks all the way through my hair. So that was a nice revelation. Gonna throw that into the YouTube video. So we're off to a pretty good start. We're about to find our second Cirrus. So we're going to be at, what's that going to be? 24. This will be the 24th stone for second Cirrus here, which is, I think pretty good progression. We didn't really make any big upgrades or anything like that last stream, so there's not really much else to say except hit the start button and get started. So, boom. Start button. Now, what happened at the end of last stream is that I ran out of maps. Now, we're in a trade league. We can buy maps. But buying maps is shit, and I've been sitting on this temple that has, I think is tier 16 or possibly 15. But also has a map room. 16.
Smells like treasure. We're close. Time to make history. At last.
Chat, you can decide. After this temple, am I allowed to pause my timer and restart my client with sounds because they're always off on my main and I forgot to change them?
Madness spreads. These maps, all the places on them, none of them exist.
I moved up to my strict filter, which at this point in the league starts hiding maps that aren't red maps, which is good because that's what we want, to stop picking up maps that aren't red maps. On a league start, my strict filter would not be hiding lower tier maps because even the tier 11s and 10s and 7s and all of that are still worth money and are still worth selling. So like right at the beginning of a league, the strict would not hide that, but at this point, they're not worth anything, really, so they get hidden. So we moved up to the strict filter so we can start running around. It also means we won't find portal scrolls, we won't find transmutes, we won't find anything like that, which means at some point we will have to buy them. But that's honestly worth way more in time saved, so... Ooh, ho, 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 ho. Oh no, I don't have a pause button. Okay, 3 minutes and 10 seconds. 3 minutes and 10 seconds. I can restart from 3 minutes and 10 seconds. We're exiting to turn sound back on. I will show chat what I'm doing because it's good to see. This is the production config.ini, which is in PoE's folder, and sound effect volume is set to false instead of set, and it gets rid of all the sound, which is what I use on my main because like fully juiced, fully deliriumed content, turning off sounds helps a lot. but it sounds worse. It sounds much worse. Thanks for the tip with the Taser YouTube yesterday. Watched nearly all of his videos. Yeah. Yeah, Michael Reeves. That's the one. My absolute, probably my favorite YouTuber who's like a YouTuber, right? Not, no, we're not talking like a streamer who makes YouTube, like he's a YouTuber is what he is. Right, what were we at? 3 minutes and 10 seconds? Bam. Okay, now we've got combat sounds back. Baldo's Rest is what I wanted. We didn't get anything from Baldo's Rest. Oh well, we'll run one wrong map real quick because we've got it. And if this doesn't drop the map we want, then that's fine. We'll actually just buy it. Why not full clear the temple for more map drops? I did all the important rooms. The temple doesn't have any mods on it. Its drop rate is horrible. It's not like we're out of maps to run. We just didn't have the exact map from the exact area that we wanted. And from the looks of it, the temple doesn't actually give a shit about what my atlas looks like, so it didn't give me maps in an area that I had set up to get maps, but it did give me a map to run, so that's fine. And there's a Baldo's Rest map. People paying a lot of attention might have noticed I used that prophecy. Those prophecies will always show up on my filter. Even on the strict one, we have useful mapping prophecies show up. So Undead Storm is one of the Tempest prophecies. All Tempest prophecies except Val Winds just add 30% quantity to your map. And that quantity applies to everything, including map drops. So since they dropped, we just make sure we use them randomly on higher tier maps. There are a bunch of strategies you can use and farming reasons to use these prophecies and buy them in bulk, but they're worth nothing, so you should be using them. There's a reason that they're highlighted on my filters, even the strict ones. That's because they're worth using. Quantity is everything. But they're scared of the skill tree, so they should be. Ooh. I didn't know that this worked for double bosses. The beauty of double bosses here is that all this does is double my DPS, because only 2 brands can be attached to a target, but if you give me 2 targets on top of each other, then I can have 4 brands doing DPS. Bye. Alright, and that's from Baldo's Rest. Fantastic. Boom. And you're good, but you need a little bit more. Come on, hit me like 60 something. Come on. Fuck. Alright, we'll do it anyway. And we'll throw a Xena on it. Boom. 15 at least. Good. Thank you, sir. Thank you. I fixed it. Is that better? Were you the one that left the YouTube comment saying the same thing? Just out of curiosity. Was that you? Yes. Right. Ooh. Get in there. Give it a follow. Bum, bum, bum. New league will probably start around the second weekend of June. I think so. But we haven't had it announced yet. But we know that last week they were doing the press tour. And that normally only takes about a week and a half to do like all the press tour normally. So I would like to think that sometime this week we'll either get told or at the very least the Bex teasers will start. Some form of hype should start this week, this coming week.
Still sane, Exile?
Oh yeah, Pog. Oh, Pog, let's go. Bring it. Didn't she start yesterday with a two-hand teaser? Did she? I might have missed that.
My mana is spent.
Bella has me using ignore list, looks like. 10 out of 10. Nope, this is a different account. I don't have anyone on my ignore list or my friends list or have a guild. Which is, you know, if I was actually starting this late in the league, surely I would personally have, you know, a guild and friends to hand me some things like maps and basic leveling gear and stuff like that. But I avoided all of that for the sake of this video series not having another reason for people to be like, this is so unreasonable. Which is the excuse of people who are not good and don't want to get better. Being not good is fine. Not wanting to get better is a problem. There's no Cortex though? No.
I cannot allow you to impede the course. Light of salvation. Rayclass needs me.
I do not have the single target that I would like.
Be still. Darkness surrounds us.
Oh, oh! I thought he was going to turn a little bit before he turned. And so I acted what I thought was appropriately for that, and it was not. Thought about putting a portal near him, and then I was like, no, I'm sure I'll be fine. I was not fine. I should have put a portal down. Let's do it now, though.
Be still. Class needs me. Light of salvation.
Oh!
Everything for the
I
cause.
thought for sure I'd be able to dash through that. One side, 50% of the boss die. Other side, 50% of the boss. Yep. Well. Right, we're gonna just be something good. Damn it. Just because of how much has been dropping in here.
My mana is spent.
I should chase down this other pack somewhere. That'll do. And by that'll do, I mean 0 monsters remain, so like that'll actually do. Oops. I would like another brand, please. I think I might have to drop one Fevered Mind if I want to run no mana potion. Or do a little something about like mana regen. I need a little more mana regen than I have.
Stay vigilant.
Oops. No wonder that took so long.
Stay inquisitive.
Dum, 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 dum. Wow, that was so many Valdo's Rest maps. Do I need more Valdo's Rest maps? Yes, because we're about to obtain 2. But let's really quickly... Yeah, okay, so that'll be fine. Because we can do this one, and then we can do the next one in the same place. So we do need a good collection of Valdo's Rest maps. Really? Is that the way we're going? You better be heading to the mirror. Oh, good, you are. That's fine, then. Not doing that. See ya.
Still alive, exile. For now.
This is one of the shittiest maps to clear. Especially for fog, but just in general even. Right, I'm pretty sure that that's going to be enough all those rest maps to summon and kill the next one. All because of that one synthesis map that dropped just like a buttload of maps all in one go. Okay, flame blast bastards. There we go.
I shall cast you
Into a pit of infinite tortures. Ooh. Ooh, hello. Cool. Out we go. Oh. Okay, before we drop that in, I need to know which zone I'm going to go up to 4 on. So they're all got. They're all got, and they're all got. So that's actually all the inner areas done. Actually all the inners. I'm going to start at Campbell. Yep, that's the one. Nailed it. Nailed that pronunciation. And we're going to do Woke 5, because that's a level I'm probably able to do. Oh, look at me with maps. Hog. Hi, Cirrus. Let's go, bud. What you got for me? Definitely gonna die.
Did you really think this would work?
Cirrus, please, we want to help you. Don't do anything hasty.
Destroying you is as easy as flicking a pest.
No!
Zana!
Kirak!
How boring and small.
You want the Atlas? Take it. It's yours.
But Oriath, I will burn to the ground.
Perhaps the suffering of my fellow citizens
Will
finally
stir something. Dum, doo, 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 doo.
What's this? A real challenge? You've finally caught my attention. Die.
Meaningless. Hopefully Karen doesn't go into the storm today. Nope, Karen's still a fuckwit. Unfortunate.
The others found strength in their projections. They became reliant on them. I am not so foolish. Die. Be silent. Die.
Nothing.
to warrant all this pain. Die.
There is only horror.
Die.
Are meaningless. Alright. Ooh, no thank you. Yep, you're gonna have to come all the way out of the storm. This is not the world's tankiest character. Cheers, bud. Thanks for that.
There is only horror. Everlasting fire. Is
Uh-oh.
Something.
Well, I didn't think we'd get anything good. And we didn't.
I'm
I
sorry.
mean, technically that could be good.
Cyrus, this was all my
But it's
fault.
not.
I'm sorry. I'm so...
Here, we'll save it right now. Alright, we'll put some modifiers on here. Despair's okay if it gets some other stuff. Hello? Right, never mind.
Freedom comes
Way to waste a few chaos. See ya.
for freedom.
Okay, so a needle pulling thread. A note that follows. So Valdo's rest. Not obtained. So yellow should be able to come next. You're fine. You're fine. You're not. You are. Yikes. That's a dangerous map. And that one's not fine either. Okay, all these are fine. Yeah. Any of them uncompleted. Yep, you. Needs to be rare. Everything else uncorrupted. Boom. Cool. That's still fine. Cool. Nailed it. Might as well have a prophecy. I think that was still fine. That didn't like have reflect on it or something, did it? Was my next planned upgrade? I hadn't planned on upgrading until I had more money. My planned upgrade was to do more Atlas
Have a look.
and get more stones. I'm already strong enough to do everything I need to do. Sir? How did you not die? Silly rare. Otherwise, a Watcher's Eye, some more mana somehow. A small Fettle cluster maybe. Like, there's a lot of things I could do, but being as I'm already strong enough for now, I don't want to just spend my money for the sake of spending my money. And
Time to go.
yeah, I did think about a Cinder Swallow. It does give Energy Shield, mana, and life, which is a like proper true hybrid build like this. That's a lot. It would also let me drop, I was thinking about it more because it's an Onslaught flask, and it would let me drop my Onslaught Jewel. And, oh man, pick that up and then open that. And if I dropped my Onslaught Jewel, that would let me move my Fevered Mind into the actual tree, and that would give me another small cluster jewel, which currently I don't have room for, which could be a lot more life and a little more mana. So it was definitely like an option.
It's time.
But right this second, I don't have the passives to support the extra cluster anyway, so I haven't bothered to do an upgrade. But if I get 2 more levels? 1 more level? 2 more levels. If I get 2 more levels, I'll be able to fully complete a cluster and put in a dual socket. And if I get to that point, then it'll be worth making an upgrade and changing things around. I don't love this map just because of those spinny blades. Nice double boss too. You too, bud. Get out of here. Ooh. Hello. Drops a league specific unique. Incoming headhunter? Not quite. Not quite. Well, it's worth a try.
Peace to you.
Like, it said incoming league unique. I couldn't not. You couldn't at least attempt for a headhunter, right?
You have fabricated your entire memory.
I mean, Get headhunter. I mean, maybe get headhunter. Hope to get a headhunter. Okay, you don't have to keep dropping Valdo's rest stuff, though. Ooh, I didn't write down the order in which they spawned, which now matters. I actually might not even be able to spawn the one I want to spawn here.
They are out to get you.
Boom, doo, doo. Boom, doo, doo. Ooh. Okay, tell you what you don't need to be. In fog anymore. That's what you don't need to be. Bum, 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 bum. Ah, perfect. It is the one I wanted. Perfect. Now we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 maps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6 maps. So let's knock all them out in a hurry. Knock all them out and then hope that we get at least like 2 maps from the other region. We want Hewlett Hamlet. Like that's what I'm after. I'm after Hewlett Hamlet maps. I've got enough of this zone to finish.
Tolerance of the intolerable is admirable.
Thanks to that one synthesis map. It gave me just every map I needed. Where is old mate boss? And how have I not seen him? He should have been here. I know I didn't kill him by accident. I don't have that sort of DPS yet. Buddy? I mean, I don't actually need to kill him, but... But I'm like pretty sure I didn't.
Good find, Exile.
Well, he's probably the one left, but whatever. Stop dropping me only Valdo's Rest. Give me the next one. I tell you what. Give me either of these two. Lexajoris or Hall of Camlet. Do me that. How about that? Give me either one.
Glory is far greater than you ever will be. How long forgotten.
How many watchstones have we had already? This will be 25. This one I'm chasing now. I'm hoping to get at least 26 today. But it depends a little bit on RNG. There's 6 and killed him. Yep, he's dead. I think I did him at 5. I think I could have done him at 6, but instead did him at 5. Deathless though. You're actually worth doing. Please be a quick one. I dare you to be a quick one. I actually personally don't give a fuck about any of those. I guess I'll use that one. I guess I'll use that one. An ordinary life. An ordinary death. Easy X. Easy X is stuck in my brain now. I'm gonna have to do my own loot filter sounds up at some point. And just like make me saying Easy X the drop sound for when an X happens. Valdo, 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 Valdo. Fuck off, we don't need any more Valdos. I've got a bajillion other maps unlocked. Pick one. So all the cool zone music for every individual zone gets taken over by the fog in its sort of like slower, spookier-ish music. Only natural tier 14 plus in Hamlet? Yes, there are natural tier 14 pluses in every zone. I could use Horizons, which is what you're getting at. But I actually need to run all of these for the Guardian that's already spawned. So I'm just hoping that by the time I finish them, I have at least 2 maps in the other regions I want. Otherwise I can Horizon. Like, this hasn't actually stopped me yet, them not dropping the maps I want. I'm just trying to be ahead, that's all. I really enjoy the league. I really enjoy the added difficulty of this league. But just visually and audibly, I don't love it at all. It's the worst looking league we've ever had. Just everything is covered in a dull grey fog that just, I don't know, takes a lot of the individuality away from all of these maps too. Like they all look the same. All the sound in every map is the same. Everything looks the same. Just looks like fog. And I don't love that. That is my biggest criticism with the league. Everything is the same. So many mouse graphics and now it's all the same. Yeah, I don't love that part. And I feel like I don't know what kind of a mistake you call that, but it's a mistake. Oh! Is this fucking turbo as shit? Like, what's going on? That was so quick. Enjoy the league, seriously. You like to play black on black? So what did I just say? What was the rest of that? What was the rest of that? The rest of the sentence after I really enjoy this league.
My mana is spent.
Laser. Oh, you are far behind. That was very far behind. Whoa! Fucking balls in my face. Okay, it's fine. The Nine Inch Nails song Every Day is exactly the same? No, but it sounds like I'd relate. Like, listen, there's even zone music for this zone. And it's like epic zone music. Look at this, listen to it. And then...
You will never escape this nightmare.
Nope. Back to this.
Purity will prevail.
Now I got you saying it, damn it. Jesus. What's going on in this room? Don't separate. Stay together. Yeah. We got one Shulark Hamlet. I'm gonna drop that back. Now I know I'm gonna focus on that zone. 2 more. Let's go.
My mana is spent.
Where's my mirror? Just dropped a Mjolnir. I mean, I'd say nice, but how much are they worth now? Like nothing. $5C. Yikes. Here's my mirror. Could you imagine dropping a mirror on this account? So I already decided if I dropped a mirror on this account or a headhunter on this account, that what I would do with that is I would sell it to myself for 1 exalt and pretend I got a 1 exalt drop on this account. Because that sort of... adding that sort of currency to this experiment would very much invalidate the entire thing. Like, that's a level of RNG I just can't expect people to have. So I would sell it to myself for an exalt and then on my main account, and then pretend this account dropped an exalt. At this point, the experiment has been proven. What does it even mean? I mean, it's been proven to us, but other people will be like, I never saw you got to Cirrus 8. And we asked in YouTube what people's goals normally would be. And we asked that yesterday, but I haven't had a chance to look through all the comments yet. So I don't know what those kind of, the people who actually play 90 minutes, I don't know what kind of things they expect to get out of a league, like what they're trying to do. I don't know what they're failing to do, wishing they could get done. Like, I want to know those things. Okay, no mirror that way. Means the mirror must be this way. God, the Templar runs so stupid. He sort of runs okay until you give him like enough movement speed, and then he looks really gumpy. Ooh. I guess the next important step to show people in this series will be what to do once I get all of the watchstones unlocked. Like how I go about completing the atlas after that. That would be probably the next step.
Got my eye on you.
Got my eye on you.
I have some good news.
Rocks, let's go.
The unrighteous will
Yeah, but it might be nice to show people they can reach the low life version. I wouldn't wear too large for mediums, I don't think, anyway. The thing is, I think this life version is a better all-round character. Yeah, it's literally BalorMage 2, if you want to look at the account. I should probably make that a command, like !_ profile 2 or something. I haven't, and I'm slack, and I don't even think I have any mods on. We haven't had mods on in like weeks, really. Ooh, they drop in occasionally, but not really around. Oh. Maybe. We'll see. You know, sink a lot of hours into learn mechanics and boss fights. What do you mean? I mean, like, most of the mechanics in boss fights in most of the fights in this game, definitely not all, but a majority of them, are indicated well enough to just be able to tell even usually the first time you go in. If you can see the boss, which depends entirely on how many mobs are around and what kind of effects you've got from your own character. But provided you can actually see the damn thing, most bosses have really good indicators in this game, like a first-time player seeing it would know to move. Most. The problem isn't usually the boss fight being bullshit. The problem is usually that the screen is covered in a million things and you can't see them. Which is probably one of my favorite things about brands. Like, nothing is obscured. Right? I'm not missing this dude's attacks because my skills covered the screen and I didn't know he was doing them. That's not happening.
I've killed countless thousands. What's one more?
The law.
My mana is spent.
Oh, Warlord's Exalt. Let's go.
Is yours.
Let's go.
Keep it.
Nice. And what are you worth, sir? You are worth 220 chaos. Or 1.2. 220 chaos or 1.2 exalts? I'll sell it for 220 chaos, thanks. I'll have 220 chaos. I'd like that. Dum, 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 dum. Right, all spawned. Out you go. In you go. Oh, one more needs to go in somewhere. I want to stay at Woke 5. There we go. Although you can go over there. Okay, so Hamlet. Now we go over here and we type in Hamlet. We pull out whatever we've got at Hamlet, which is that one. And that's it, plus the two we already had. Okay, they're all fine. Dum 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 dum. Not that one, and not that one. Cheers, bud. Okay, so let's drop that. Purely because I only got 3 of these maps, and I want to focus on making sure I have these maps dropping, which is, I think, the blue guy next. Red was last. Blue guy should be next. I should be able to spawn blue here. Right? And then over here to green. And then over here to red. That should work. If I remember it right from the other day.
My mana is
The
spent.
face that stares back in the mirror is a stranger.
No. Wait, did I not finish him? Oh. I did not finish him. There. Now I did. What we got left? 25 minutes. Feels like we've got shitloads done today. Like an actual shitload. Dum, 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 dum.
You will never escape this nightmare.
Perfect. Exactly what I wanted to happen. Except it's a really long spawn, which feels bad. And with a spawn that long, good, this is the only area that can drop 16s. We are going to need to get some map returns for this one. Dum, doo, doo, doo. Cheers. Cheers, big ears. That map is exactly what I needed. Also, a map room in here again wouldn't hurt. That was very helpful last time. The life minion flask triggers you. I don't care about what the second flask roll is. I only care that it's an instant flask. I'm immune to elemental ailments and I already have anti-bleed. What would you put on it? As a side note, if you can give me a good answer, I will roll that flask. For staunching on it, I will never have bleed on a life flask unless I'm immune to corrupting blood, which I am not yet. Putting bleed on a life flask is like begging for the game to kill you. It's just bad. Unless you're immune to corrupting blood, which I'm not yet. Also, a Cinder Swallow, as well, a Cinder Swallow requires a jewel or fire damage somewhere, which I also do not have. Nor do I have enough passive points to get a jewel yet. So most of the time I have a corrupting blood jewel too. Yeah. Once you've got a corrupting blood jewel, you don't even actually really need a bleed flask. So putting it on your life is fine. But anything you put on your life flask is highly unreliable. Like, it's not actually like being immune to it at all. And then we just still have Onslaught and Recovery. I've still got Onslaught now. It would just be a recovery flask. And I don't have any recovery problems while clearing right now. So if I wasn't going to get the damage out of it,
Good job.
then it wouldn't be worth wearing. I'd like a Cinder Swallow. It's on the list. It's just not time for that yet. That's just... I'm just not ready. A life flask is a crutch, not a must. And it is something that, in an ideal world, you wouldn't even have. The ultimate... I wasn't expecting that to be wrong. But any build that you can drop a life flask on, you want to. It's why I prefer CI builds in general. Extra utility flasks are, in most cases, worth more than anything. This is the Working Class Exile build. It is for the next 18 minutes. Things ago, I used to have 4 life flasks. I think a lot of people do, and they start with life flasks. There is no build in existence that should have more than 1 life flask while mapping. And if you can, dropping that 1 life flask does feel pretty good. Keep a mapper allowed, which would lose all blasts in 1 button. No, that's bannable. I think it should be allowed. But it's not. I will not advocate anyone using a 1 button or flasks thing, because it can get you banned, and I will not be responsible for that. I also will not use one myself, because I am a streamer and I will definitely get caught. I'm new to the game, interested in minion builds, but don't know which one to try. I think Spectres or Dominating Blow are the 2 options. They're the 2 options that'll do really well right now. I have a Dominating Blow guide. I do not have a Spectre guide, but they are both really, really good. Yeah, I tailored that response to a new player. Are you running the strict version filter? I am. Nice. Nice. Any fragments? What can I put with you? Garbage, 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 garbage. You're all garbage. Boom, boom, boom. Shrine of Natural 16? Okay, we're gonna try. Oh, don't ruin it for me. Don't. That's ruined. You ruined it. That's... Can we save it? Nope. Okay, well, I'm not running that. I could do a lot of things, but that would take more time. I don't need it, it's fine. The cheapest one can still hit reflect. That's good to know.
My mana is spent.
I did not know that.
You are greater than a god, untouchable.
Dun, doo, 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 doo. What does accept reflect? Able to do accept the prefix watchstone? Just reflect. If you're reflect immune, you can use the prefix watchstone.
It's time.
You just summon them and keep summoning. If they die, you have to summon them again. If you die, they stay alive. They don't do any damage or take any damage while you are dead. Spectres. There's probably some good guides around that could help with that. That's a lot of... There's going to be a lot of questions if we're at that level of basic, which is fine. I don't mind questions at all, and we'll answer all of them, but looking up a guide or write-up of it will help you get a good basic understanding.
Time to go.
I don't think I saw the question. Friendly to form. Yeah, that's still bannable. That is still bannable. It's called the paddle pop stick method. Because people were memeing about putting a paddle pop stick across their things, and that is technically still against the rules. I don't know, unless you go tweeting at them a fucking picture of you with a paddle pop stick on your keyboard, I don't see how they would ever know. But, I mean, if you do something like that, he said doo-doo, then you can still get banned.
Good job.
Doing an hour rolling she reflects. No? No, I don't. Nice. Needs to be corrupted. And don't break it. It's fine. Easy. So what you're asking is, but can I cheat and just not get caught?
My mana is
And the answer is at your own fucking risk. But I'm not interested in condoning it. I think flask macros should be allowed. I think my hand hurts. I would love for them to allow them, but until they do, I will follow the goddamn rules. I'll speak up about not liking the goddamn rules, thinking they're bullshit, but I'll still follow them.
I've long wanted you to see how futile no cause truly. Wait, let me think.
my head still hurts. Again. I'm afraid bargaining and until
You surprised me, Exile.
Here to play politics again, Exile.
long may we
Lol, no thanks.
One's now as a
To the victor. And the strong get stronger.
Funny what you learn to do while you're dead. Not killing. Great. Can we hurry this up?
That is the exact opposite of what we want. Let's not fucking do that. That is the exact opposite of what we want. Also, we like every league get a ton of performance fixes and quality of life improvements and all sorts of shit. Just not the one that you've got your brain stuck on. That hasn't come yet. And yeah, I'd like it as well. But like this meme idea going around that like GGG or Chris Wilson himself doesn't want quality of life and doesn't want and is never going to implement anything to make our lives better is just absolutely fucking ridiculous. It's categorically wrong and absolutely ridiculous. Chris does want us to suffer, but only because we get not in real life. He wants us to suffer because the content is difficult, not because of other bullshit reasons. Just to make sure we can't enjoy it. It seems accurate, right? Like every time I hear that thing come up, DDG's never going to put in quality of life. I have to snuff that out like every time. Because not only do we get a decent amount of it every league, like a ton of it, just the idea that they would want us to be more uncomfortable while playing the game is ridiculous. Like what? Why? What? It doesn't even make any sense at all. The flask thing is a very particular problem. That they could simply turn on the in-game flask macros. I'm pretty sure they said they could just turn, like that would be a thing they could just turn on. But they don't like the solution. It's not elegant. It's not right. It's a lazy solution. And they don't want to do it. So they're trying to come up with a better solution. What do you want to fix? No, you're right. Too late is never a relevant thing. What would make it? It's too late when the game dies because of something. That's the only thing that could make it too late. GGG go bankrupt because of mistakes that have happened or things that haven't been done in time. That's the only time it's too late. No, what you should do is just ignore that player who's price fixing. I wish price fixing was against the rules. Yeah, we get a very, very considerable amount of performance improvement and quality of life improvements literally every league. Like actually every single league. Oh yeah, no, I agree. It's not going to happen. I'm just saying I would like it to be against the rules, but it's not gonna be. Bye. Cool. Alright. That's the day. That's the day. And stop. We're fucking done. So what did we get? We finished off that Cirrus. We spawned a really long Valdo's Rest boss. Killed that. Spawned a really long Hulak Hamlet boss, and we've got halfway through that. I believe all of my inner zones are done. Ooh, Trin's End all obtained. Lex Promena all obtained. Glen Khan's all obtained. And Valdo's Rest all obtained. So we're completely finished with the inside of the Atlas. And we are working now on the outside ones, which should all have 2 left to go. And then that'll be all of the Watchstones completed. You'll also note that even though we're at this stage and we haven't run a map below 4 Watchstones in several days, we're still only at 68 completion and 29. So that's something worth noting. I'm able to maintain with very little to no investment high red maps at 68 completion or less. So that should be an indicator of how important it is to move through the tiers and get your stones and get into the high maps rather than completing all of the low maps. So I know that's still something a lot of people do, but if we look through my white maps, there's one that's not completed there, one that's not completed there. There'll be a whole bunch in yellows. There's another one. There's another one. There's a bunch more in the high whites. Bunch more there. Another one. You can see what happened is I just didn't stop. There's another one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There. Right. What happened is I just didn't stop. I never stopped. Always progress through until you're running maps in the high area. I don't care about these maps. Eventually, a residence will drop that's in one of these tiers, wherever residence ends up. I honestly don't remember. But it'll end up dropping up here at some point while I'm progressing the Atlas, and then I'll be doing red maps and I'll still get completion. So there's just no reason to be doing it down there. Otherwise, we did not change any of our gear. We did not get anything really changed. We just progressed the Atlas a bunch. We didn't do any trading. We did get a Warlord's Exalted Orb from the Warlord we did. Hasn't sold yet. It'll sit there. It'll sell eventually. I'm not super rushed for money right this second, though moving up to the strict filter does mean I will have to pick up some Alks, some Scours eventually, and some Chisels eventually, because I no longer see any of them on my filter. But for the current price of them in this league, it's not actually not worth picking any of those up. So we will need to get some of them at some point. But that is it, and that is the end of day 14. So 2 weeks in at 90 minutes a day, we've got exactly how many Watchstones? So we've got the 16 from here, and we already did, so that's 18, 20, 22, 24, and we've done one of the next one, so we're at 25 Watchstones. That's not bad. 25 Watchstones, 90 minutes a day, 2 weeks in. I'm pretty happy with that. Haven't run a non-red map in days. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. I'm quite happy with that. I'm actually quite surprised at how far we've been able to get through. What I do know is that our plans moving forward will be still to finish off the Atlas, complete most of the maps, kill Cirrus 8. A lot of people have said they would like to see things like Shaper and Uber Elder killed as well, just because they want to see the timeline and how that works and whatnot, which is, so they're basically the 3 endgame bosses. Uber Elder, Shaper, and Cirrus 8, as well as, you know, complete the majority of my Atlas. And when we get to that stage, that will probably be about where we stop. Because I feel like that's enough to show what can be done and how long these sort of things will take on limited playtime. So that'll, when we get to that point, that'll probably be the end of it. Yeah, we might do a sim at some point. You also wouldn't be able to jump map tiers as easily on a league start though, with lower availability and an option to buy maps. I haven't bought a single map yet, and yes, I most certainly could jump tiers. I could still be doing this in a tabular. I would absolutely be this far. I haven't bought a single map yet. This is league start appropriate. I wouldn't be doing the same single target. It'd be a little slower on the single target, but I'd still be mapping pretty quick, and I have not bought a single map. So I still may, and I'm happy to buy a single map, but I keep holding on by a thread of just like, oh, this is my last map, and then you get 2 more back, and then so I've not actually run out yet. I've just been like sitting on the razor's edge of running out, and unless I actually run out, I'm not going to buy them. So as long as that keeps up, there we go. Everybody say goodbye to YouTube. That is going to be the end, and I will see YouTube people later. Goodbye.